What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is my live stream. Sorry I didn't let anybody know in advance. I've been busy all day. So what I'm doing today, besides running over my gaskets with my seats, I am finishing up an engine. You guys probably, well, first off, my name's Dan, this is Neomustangs, this is my Foxbody Mustang channel. Every Sunday we usually try to do a little bit of a live stream. You know, I'm here, you know, I've been real hardcore on this all weekend doing an engine build, so I'm just going to kind of wrench on it a little bit while have you guys sitting here. We could chat. So tonight's going to be, you know, kind of a lax night. I'm not going to do like a top 5 or anything. We're just going to do I'm going to blind you with my miner hat wherever it's at, and I'm going to finish up some of this engine work. So this table used to be full of oil, as it was about 48 hours ago. I had an engine block that was literally sitting here bare. So I will roll it into the camera here without dropping it, I hope. I got some front end stuff we can do. What's up, boys? What's up, Donnie B? Cousin Paul, what's up, Robinson? How we doing, bro? Little Summit Tech in the hills. So yeah, I've been real busy all weekend getting this engine together. So if you guys don't know, if you've watched my videos the last week, Cousin Paul blew something out the rear part of the muffler. So after doing some investigation, we figured out what that was. It wasn't good. So we decided to go ahead and take precautions and get something else ready or in order. So what I'm going to do is, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to live stream, talk to you guys about Foxbody stuff, and then I'm going to wrench a little bit if you don't mind. And you know, I got a lot of little things I need to still put on this engine before we get ready to put it back in the car. So good. I got the car an 8-cylinder because I seen that on Facebook, bro. That's good shit, man. So I'm gonna be in and out of the camera, but I'm listening. I'll come back and get in the chat once I'm getting back. But yeah, I spent most of the weekend building an engine. We decided to go a different route with Dad's car. Instead of just dropping an engine in it, we decided to go ahead and get, you know, do something a little bit different than we normally do. I mean, normally we just do, you know, a junkyard, stock bottom end, just, you know, Dad's engine lasts for a long time. And you know, you guys are getting a sneak peek on this live stream right now, and you know, you're getting all that extracurricular video stuff. But where's my pulley at? We decided to make we built us a badass little machine here. And for those of you who don't know, we are, I pretty much built a better motor than I did with Project Hot Wheels, to be honest with you. What's up, fat boy? What's up, Funky 5-0? Good to see you guys. Appreciate you guys stopping in. But, you guys, you know, tonight's going to be kind of an open, you know, open mic night. So if you guys got something you want to talk about, you guys got like a tech question, Just want to chill and hang out and talk about Foxbody stuff. It's cool. I heard, I see that, you know, Mustang Week was a pretty big success. You know, I was actually going to go to Mustang Week just so I could drag race, because I really wanted to drag race. And I'm glad I didn't just go just for that very reason. That only reason, you know? Because I would have been pissed. Because I just wanted to go down there and hit the drag. But I did want to make Caleb's retro meet, but I kind of figured that wasn't going to happen. You know, it just wasn't in the cards this year. Yeah, and I feel bad for Brian Shank. I think he's the guy that actually had the coupe. Some drunk idiot, man. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check out some of the footage, Caleb at Foxcast Media, Gearhead 704, Blue Oval Media. There was a handful of other YouTubers down there, but they put out some pretty, you know what? They put out some really good, you know, to-the-minute, content for the most part. And some drunk asshole came around the corner on Mustang Week and hit one of my Foxbody notchback friends and ruined his car. Like, ruined his car, bros. And it's like, you see all this hate about how people can't control Mustangs. Man, this dude was in an old, like, Chevy truck. Bullshit. So I'm pretty sure that's why my buddy Brian Baer tried to get a hold of me. Because I think he wanted to buy one of my shells. But I don't really have a notchback shell that's really for sale. Like that. Neo, is that polished stock? Yes, these are chrome stock valve covers. We got these at Summit Racing years ago. Like 150 bucks, but they're like 300 now. I don't know. What's up, Slow Nate? What's up, George F? Landon Melton. My Fox is down a cylinder, compression's 5 to 10% off the others. We've got a big wet plug. New plug, wire cap, rotor. What's next? Rebuild the engine. If your cylinder's dead and your compression's down, there's nothing else to give you but the rings. I just went, you have to build this. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I got like 50 gigs of footage from building this engine that I have to actually edit. Let me tell you what, this is one of the things that suck about being any sort of YouTube content. Like, we don't do it to get rich. That's for damn sure. But like me showing you time lapses of me actually building this engine from bare block up to where it's at right now is like 32 gigs of time lapses. And a lot of things I can cut out, but I mean, I want to make it a pretty official little, I stopped and talked about things and whatever. But, building an engine is, even though what you're doing, it takes time. Justin Elliott, still waiting on my Terminator X 3 months. Unfortunately, COVID has been dealing. Let me tell you what, Terminator X's are, I want to say, and this is just hearsay, but I honestly want to say that they're just having an issue with that, maybe they're having an issue with the EPA, with all that crap that's came out with I mean, I don't think it would be something, that stupid. I don't know. Anyways, I just think they got pounded with orders. I mean, me and Brutal both made a video. That's 50,000 people that were looking at it. Plus, just confirms the fact that, the shit works. You know what I mean? So, the Terminator works. Look at Brutal's car, dude. The reason why I sold my Terminator kicks to Brutal, outside of helping a dude out, helping my friend out, was because he was in the position right now to show if that kit worked or not. And look what happened to his car. It changed his car. And I'm sure if he was in here, he would say the same thing. He would be like, man, let me tell you what. And I'm sure he would. Because And I'm not, and Holly ain't telling me, you know, they don't pay me shit to say anything, so whatever. But the kit, the stuff works, man. The stuff works on a stock car too. If you got a bunch of wiring harness problems, be done with it. What's up, King's Auto Speed? Thank you for joining the membership. I got a club membership, guys. If you want to check out the join membership, it's much like, you know, it's the same membership that you see on Brutal's channel. We both have a club membership that gives different perks and such, you know. So I do appreciate you joining, Kings. I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone for just watching and being here to listen to me yap and get dirty all over the place. If you're wondering what I'm doing, Trick Flow comes with a spacer. When you put a new balancer on a motor, the 19007, not 19007, it's a 50-ounce balancer by Trick Flow. It's the only balancer I ever use. And it's got a little spacer on it, and you have to get 1.5 inch hex heads, and that spacer lines it up, lines all the pulleys up. See, up here in Ohio, we don't have to really, you know, we don't have to really mess with, you know, smog or AC for the most part, thank God. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me get back into some of this chat. Funky, you said, I got that layer of black Rust-Oleum crap on them. I seen you scraping in your video, dude. I don't wish scraping on nobody. That's why I let Cousin Paul deal with that. Now, let me tell you what, Cousin Paul did, you guys will see. Make sure you guys are watching Foxcast, the video the next week or two. What's up, Nathan Tuck? We actually, Caleb sent me his console, inner and console frame, and we ended up fixing his actual ashtray door. Cousin Paul is a ninja at fixing the door outside of the mod. The mod's probably the best thing to use, but you know, we use some of the paint that we normally use with smoke, and I think, you know, when we got Caleb's, which is Pop's car, when we got his console, man, that thing was freaking all tarred up. Like somebody had smoked in it for like 20 years, you know what I mean? That's crazy. And I'm on OBS here, guys, so if you see the little buffer symbol go or whatever, my live stream's not going to kick out. It might pause for a second, but it'll catch up. We got it. So excited to finally get, I see you, George, I see you. Is it Joel Rodriguez, is that right? Are you taking orders on rebuilt T5s? Not really. I don't normally take just rebuild T5s. That's not something that I'm interested in doing. I appreciate it though. I'm pretty sure maybe Hanlon might do it, but they're about 6 to 8 weeks behind if I'm not mistaken. But Andrew can go ahead and pounce in on that. Turbo Man 351, 302, and GT40p heads. Ken and Cam is real nasty motor. You guys want to know what the specs is on this motor? You gotta watch the video though, man. You gotta at least watch the video. Landon, the compression on my dead cylinder is the same range as the other cylinders. Well, if it's within, what's your numbers, Landon? What's your numbers? Tell me what your number is on all your cylinders. Do you have it wrote down? Yeah, if you didn't get Terminator X by February 1st, 2021, you're screwed. That's pretty much it. Pat Turchin, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Dan and everyone going to Pro Series UPR real control arms and getting ready to drive shaft mate. Yeah, so what did it end up being? What was off on your car? Where's the big break video? It comes after TKX, buddy. Pretty tight there, bros. Pretty tight there. The one thing I don't like about the balancer though is the top dead center is in the back. Did I lose chat or something? Or are we good? Or are we just being quiet? So anyways, yeah, I really wanted to make the Mustang week, but It just wasn't in the cards. Pinion angle, okay. Yeah, that can't wait to see that video. Yeah, so it's going to be, I think I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use the S&S engineering kit that you guys, that somebody actually mentioned that in my, live stream. They said, you know, S&S engineering had a spacer kit or whatever. And it actually just makes sense for me to just do that. Bad cylinder was around 115. The others were one. I wouldn't worry about that cylinder then. If it's wet, then it's got to be a, I mean, you probably got a cylinder going down there. That's for sure, but it's probably not dead yet. If it's wet, check the, you know, it could be injector, it could be just needing a tune-up, but I think you just said you did that though. So this is that Speedmaster, is that who that is? That alternator bracket relocation, whatever. It's a pretty good little setup. I'm not really going to finish this though until I figure out what get the power steering pump on and I finish the, you know, finish the belt or whatever. I think I'm on to the headers now. Now remember, this is a GT40p motor, so I got to mess with some of the pinion angle. Now we're just using shorty BBKs as it sits right now, which is no problem. I don't even think I'm going to put any gasket sealer on them. I think I'm just going to use the old school Mr. Gasket. Yo, Dan. So did the creators give up? I don't know, Corey. Every time I try to get a stick shift event together, Corey, it just seems to be a shit show. Nobody seems to want to do anything. I mean, they just want to do things in their hometown. Like I wanted to do a stick shift event, Corey, at Batman Invasions next week, but it just seems like nobody wants to do it. So it is what it is. Mr. Green Guy 01, the engine is looking clean. Yeah, so what we got here is we took, you're gonna have to watch the video, but full disclosure, this motor's gonna be better than Hot Wheels motor, and this is gonna be better than pretty much any of the black cars motors. You know, as you build things over the years, you get naturally better and you collect parts. So this one actually has the 1993 Ford Cobra fan, the actual original Cobra camshaft. Now there are, like everyone, you would think like the Foxbody has a, you know, how do you tell it's a Foxbody camshaft? There's no numbers on it. Actually there is. If you look inside the lobe, and I made a video about this a long time ago, but if you look inside the lobe of a Foxbody camshaft, you will see it's either on the front or the back. Trying to find it on here. Where do we see it at? Oh, it's right here. You can barely see it. I think I've showed you guys this before. Yeah, I got shorty plugs as well. Wow, it's probably not a good. Let me get some brake there. So I don't know what to do with Dad's Vortec. I think we're just going to keep the Vortec for Cousin Paul, Sandy, Cousin Fred's car. We got plans for Dad's car. This motor, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I shouldn't be watching this or messing around with this motor on stream, because I'm kind of giving away some of my video. But whatever. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a Z right there. I don't know if you can see it, barely see it, whatever. Anyways, the Z and the ZE markings on a camshaft, it's either found here or they're found here. They're not found in the back or in the front. That's Mustang. That's a factory speed density mass air cam, whatever. The Cobra Cam would have a very similar stamp, but it would say GT. The Explorer Cam would have a similar stamp, and it would say TE, like truck Edward. So that's how I know I had a Cobra Cam. Plus, the guy I got it from said it was a Cobra Cam and said, "Hey, I got this from a Cobra." So I knew just looking at the marking that it was. So that's what we got in here. So a little sneak peek thing. The Vortex, the A-trim's just a entry-level A-trim anyway, so I'm not real worried about it. Turbo. Neo, you ever use BBK fuel rail kit? Yeah, you talking about the ones, don't they dead end though? I think those dead end and have like a hose in the back. What's up, Chris? That's the one I got the Cobra Cam from. That came with the B&G kit that I got from Chris. All right, so moving right along, we are going to install the headers. We're pretty much ready to install this motor. Gotta put another fan, I gotta tighten these fan bolts. Power steering's in the car. I gotta put this on my feed. So. Yeah, I prefer GT40p heads over the 3 bars. There's better compression, whatever. But this thing, I swear to Jesus, this thing leaks. Me not putting, the one time I don't put header gasket on it. But yeah, the Mustang week seemed to be a little rainy. If you guys didn't see the videos. And that always sucks for everybody down there. Looks like it fits pretty good. I forgot what engines you run. Are they 351 or in all 3 cars? No. Dad's car is always going to be a stock bottom end car. My black car is a 363. And my white car is a 408 production block. The 363 is obviously a dirt block, or it's a Ford Racing Boss block. Which fuel rails do you like the best? The trick flows. Getting my engine dropped in my Foxbody was nice. Yeah, funky. I don't like BBK rails either. I don't like anything BBK. I mean, these are the headers are just, you know, from a parts car. A lot of parts that are on Dad's car are just hand-me-downs from the other cars. And it's fast. I'm gonna run 12s with this car, the way this engine sits. Watch me. Full weight, full interior. You guys know I don't gut nothing. I don't run that stuff. Watch me run 12s with this car. No power adder. And then maybe the one catch of it though, putting this Cobra Cam in a speed density car is gonna be very interesting. Because the Cobra Cam isn't much different as far as lift is concerned when it comes to the factory Foxbody cam. So it's going to be very interesting to see if the speed density computer runs this camshaft. And if it doesn't, I have a D3, D1. Is anybody ever familiar? If you guys are familiar with any computer knowledge on the factory computers, the D3, D1 is an old convertible computer. It's a Mass Air 93 computer. But me explaining something like that on eBay or on Facebook Marketplace saying, hey, this is an A9L with a different nomenclature, people will just look at me like I got spiders coming out my ears because then they would think I'm trying to lie to them. So I just kept that computer in case I ever decided to Mass Air convert Pop's car. Okay, what's a good gear for a turbo 5-speed? 355s. Waiting for my Team Z uppers. The piece of shit is either going to hook. There you go. have a little bit of fun with it finally, right? So I don't really see an issue with plugs per se, but I will show you what 7's always a jerk, so I will show you what 7 looks like. Probably will need to run a boot there. For GT40 heads, I usually run the TR6s, the 4177s. I think it will run speed density with that cam. My car, when I bought it, had an E-cam and speed density ran. Nice. What valve springs am I running? The Trick Flow 2500 100s. So I got a little trick for GT40p heads. Let me show you. I'm going to get my gapper anyways. I'm going to bring these down. I think these are at 45. Got a little trick. Got a little tool that I made. Not that it means anything, but whatever. It's best to put this thing in now. On my gapper. It's okay though. Not real worried about it. So, GT40p. Well, let's get this header mounted first. GT40p heads, number 3 and number 7 are always the ones that are kind of the pain in the ass. So I made a tool. And it's an old spark plug socket. You can see it catches the threads. See that? Comes through the top. It's got a wrench head. So you put it on. Instead of trying to get a socket on it in tight space, you could wrench it in place. You see what I'm saying? Little cut spark plug. So that's how I deal with that one. So bear with me here. I'm trying to go and find some tools. I literally have shit everywhere. We are not organized here right now. But I'm okay with that. We got a majority of this stuff done, which helps a lot. So, anyway. What's the last video I showed you guys of the black car? I don't remember. We did go to the track last week with the black car. Now remember, I've probably driven the black car about 500 miles now. All weekend long. I don't want to tighten that one because this is where my battery ground goes. What do we do, dyno? Have to lighten my 87. I have to tighten my 87 header bolts every 6 months. Yeah. Header bolts always come loose. You guys should always be watching for them. You know what else comes loose is your water pump bolts and your timing chain cover bolts. You always be checking those. Yeah, so we did a dyno. It's funny because one guy on the comments was like, I expected you to make more. That's a pretty killer motor. And I'm like, did you not pay attention to what we were trying to accomplish with the engine? We only wanted to make so much horsepower. I mean, I think I got 16 degrees in my tune. What was it? 10 pounds of boost. We made 600. 9.5 pounds of boost. We made 600 wheel. We don't even have six. I think we have 16, 15 and a half, 16 degrees. We were just getting started. We were just getting started, really. And the one guy was just like, oh, well, you know, I rode in a 331 and it definitely made more power than your car. And I'm like, I want to make 600 so I can prove that the TKX can make more horsepower if I wanted to. I don't know. I don't get butthurt about comments anymore. But I thought it was funny. I'm like, this guy's not paying attention. And I'm not calling him out. I'm just. Those people can keep what they want. I got it in the 7/16 wrench. So what else is going on? Did anybody go to Mustang Week and are back now? What's up, Neo? What's up, Speedy Bad? My dad told me I need to see a doctor when I told him I wanted a Ford. Are ported GT40 heads and intake worth it? If you do the porting, yes. They're worth it. Now, I wouldn't go spending a ton of money on them. You know, it's probably one of the best, if not the best, budget-minded, you know, cheap builds or whatever, you know, for your build. Y'all ever do that trick with the wrench? So you can get it tight? Like the zip tie trick. Put your wrench in here. Pull it. See? Instead of trying to do it with the one, you can do it with the other. Much tighter. Yeah, that motor was just getting started. I know. It's all good though. I mean, I'm not mad at the guy for his comment. I'm not mad at anybody for their comments. You know, I mean, you can't tell anybody that. Take your 7/16. For those who don't know, put it on. You know, you can get it tight, right? Get a bar on it or whatever. Take a wrench. Put it in the tooth like that. Much further. Car guy shit, baby. Car guy shit. Zip tie trick's cool too. So, anyway. Nice and tight, baby. Here we go. So I think I'm just going to run these plugs the way they go. I'm going to put number 7 in and show you. You think it's worth swapping my B31 cam for a Steeda? No. I don't like any of the Steeda cams. No offense to those who have them. Alright, so I got number 7 in. This one's going to suck. What's up, man, Gear? It's good to see you, bro. Just messing with an old engine here. There, I got it now. See, you can come from the bottom or whatever. It would have been pretty epic if I had built this motor on live stream. But like, I had to focus. Like, I couldn't be distracted. This stuff, this is easy stuff. But like doing gaps on the rings and plastic gauge, and you know, you got to focus on that stuff, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to run a 90-degree boot here on 7. It'll be all right though with a DEI, for sure. There we go. I was chasing down the wiring issues all day. I found the problem with the fix that I'm back on the road. There you go. What was the problem? All right, time for me to go to burn out. Later, bro. Thanks for stopping in, Turbo Man. How do you feel about the Browns game? They lost? How am I supposed to feel? They'll bounce back. It'd have been nice. It'd have been nice to start the season beating the Chiefs. But, you know, I don't get into football as much as I used to anymore. Like, I coach it, but I don't really get into it much anymore. I think pro football, they're just... Pro football's kind of went like off the deep end with all these damn rules. I don't know. Your dad's car has a 373. It has a 373 in it. Yeah, both teams look good. You know, football's going to be football. I just think it's. I like watching college the most because those players don't get paid. But then again, high school's, you know, it's real raw in high school because, you know, those kids want to be there. What's up, David Willis? How we doing? Good to see you guys. Don't mind me, I'm just buttoning up a motor. As you can see here, the Gt40p head, the angle of the plug moved like 15 degrees and down. So like, that's what sucks about headers and Gt40p heads, is like the factory spark plug. Let's just say this was the head. It was up on like an angle, and it kind of cleared everything. What's up?
I'm gonna set this. Are you going home soon?
I'm streaming.
Are you going home soon?
Yeah. And then the Gt40p head actually moved 15 degrees and down and like facing like straight forward. It's not far off from looking like a Chevy plug. Say that bad word. So, it's gonna be interesting. I got a video. What is going on? Oh, a little bit of the header gasket sticking out, bruh. College is boring. Nothing like forgetting it's Sunday. Yep, I work too much. You probably do too. Any luck on that convertible trim piece? Yeah, I know, Nathan. I've done this a lot. I've actually put the on-3 headers on with no problem with Gt40p heads. I mean, even if the boots come close to the header, you could just run the DEIs. You know, a P head's not going to create enough combustion. It's not going to create enough fire to really get through a DEI. It's not like it's an AFR 205 that's lightning, you know, that's making headers glow red. Ask me how I know that. MCB, you guys can go ahead and ask questions if you have any tech questions. I'm a little distracted, that's all. Getting ready to order my new clutch packs for my diff. Planning on going Ford diff kit for 95. Do you recommend any specific kit? Nah, Ford Racing, get the carbon fiber packs. I mean, you can get the cheapies, but they're not much. You're not saving a lot of money on that. You know what I'm saying? You can get the cheapies. Yeah, I wrap my headers. Not these ones. Like NA, naturally aspirated, unless it's a high compression motor, it's not going to create a lot of underhood temperatures, to be honest with you. You know, the underhood temperatures of a turbo and a supercharger, you know, they are pretty Captain Insano when it comes to temperatures. But header wrap can be a good thing and a bad thing. You know, it can make your headers rust. But, you know, it does look good. It'll definitely help with heat, at least try to keep heat in. But it will fatigue the metal eventually, depending on how long it is. Or how long it's been on or whatever. So, got all the header bolts in except for the one for my ground. Got all the spark plugs. Here, I'll show you guys. Oh, come on. That's not the button. There we go. Sorry, I'm moving the camera a minute. Thing's not listening to me. So you can see here, 90, I mean, you're going to pretty much run 90 on all these. This will be the close one. This is easy. You know what I mean? People say you can't run GT40p heads. You know, I mean, this is BBK headers. These are probably like 20-year-old anyway. You see what I mean? But this one's going to be tight, but I'm definitely going to run if I run a 90 here, it's going to run right off to this side of this header right here. It's going to probably sit right on the header. But I'll have a DEI with it too and keep it nice and tight, and it's not going to burn through. It'll be all right. So that's the driver's side. But 7 and I think number 3 over there is the one that's kind of a pain in the ass. But well worth the effort. It's kind of nice I was able to actually catch y'all on my live stream with my GT40, me putting this in. Sorry, I had to move the camera again. Alright, so we're going to spin this motor around. And I'm going to do the other header and the other spark plugs. Hopefully I don't dump the motor on dumb shit. That would suck. I'd still run it. I hate this stand. It's a shorty stand. It's causing Paul's fault. I have wrap on the down. Yeah, the on-3 kit. I don't wrap the passenger side. Here's one thing. If you guys are having cracking issues with your headers on your on-3 stuff, get rid of the flex coupler. I was just talking to another subscriber. I think he's still here in the chat. Maybe he won't, maybe he's not. But if George is still here in the chat, he just rebuilt his motor. And I cut the flex couplers out. I'm done with flex couplers. Screw them. B&G's, Brian at B&G, when I got the kit from Chris O, who's here in the chat, I called Brian, the guy who created the kit down in Columbus, Ohio. I called him and he told me get rid of the flex coupler. So I'm going to listen to a guy who's been creating turbo kits for 20 years. What happens is the flex coupler doesn't hold the weight. So like you got the downpipe that comes off the 2 headers, and then you got the one side that's got the this design, which is the same as the pony down now too. You know, when you got a flex coupler in the middle of your downpipe, it's not helping support that weight. You see what I mean? Whereas when it's connected V-band and the crossover comes up and touches the driver's side, it's kind of like that driver's side's kind of helping support a little bit too. You see what I mean? So when you get rid of the flex coupler, it makes it weak and it cracks the header. So it is what it is. Would it be beneficial to upgrade stock rockers to an aftermarket set of pedestal? That's correct. It would be 100% beneficial. Stock rockers aren't roll rockers. They're not that good. If you're going to get a set, you know, you want to get a set that has a 2 headers. You know, you want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a set that has 2 headers. You want to get a And if you're going to get a set of rockers, I highly suggest finding somebody who has a Cobra set. If you watch this video, you'll be able to see them. Of this motor. Y'all better watch the video of this motor. I swear to God. But any of you guys going to Foxtoberfest? I am 90% positive going to that. It's a one-day event. I'll be down there a couple days in advance. I gotta go find an extra header bolt. What's up, Loch Ness Fox? I appreciate you, Robert Kretz, coming in with the super chat, guys. Appreciate the support to the channel. You know, all the memberships and all the super chats all go to the channel for channel stuff. I haven't even used any of it. Gonna be a good Christmas though. So I've done a lot of this work now, so we won't have too much of a problem getting. Appreciate the love, Lockus. Appreciate the love. We won't have too much of a problem getting this this motor running pretty soon. My car has a B-cam, valve springs, turbo kit. Should I go? You should go 1.7 all day, every day. Why is there a 3/8 in the middle of nowhere? I have a bin just literally full of header bolts. This is fun. Have you guys got any questions about stock motor stuff? Just let me know. Just, I mean, what mods do you suggest? I mean, how many of you guys still run stock model 302? I had to go find a matching header bolt. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay in chat right now. So, I got a video coming out this week. We did the dyno. I asked earlier in the chat what video, I forgot what video I did last, but the black car, we did the dyno video. We did go to the track on Wednesday last week, so I do have that video coming out this week. Now, what I wanted to do, yes, they are, Loch Ness. Yes, they are. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to dyno the car, make the 600 wheel, right? And then I was going to take it to the track. So what I'm trying to do is eliminate variables. So if I ran good at the track, if I ran good at the dyno, drives real well in the street, which I have a draggy video coming for y'all too, then I know I've taken all the variables out. The TKX that sits right there behind me is going to go in the car this week, and I'll be shooting the video for that TKX. I'm thinking that we got Dad's motor, we got an engine install to do for Wednesday, so I'm not going to be able to race the car Wednesday. But we're looking to have the TKX in by the end of the week. That's what we want to do. So then we could test it. Aren't those headers going wrong? That's right. Built by Fletch. I have a B21 cam with 1.7 GT40 and intake. For my that's a good little setup. You guys know that's an Explorer throttle body. I took the Explorer blade out. The armature that comes in the middle of this throttle body, I actually cut out of not cut out, but I took out of a stock 302. I shaved the end so the blade fits, and this is a 65 millimeter junkyard throttle body. I actually have the 65 millimeter ported factory EGR tube as well, but I just put that one on. That's like the only aftermarket piece outside of these headers, really. So we will be, if you guys remember, Dad's old motor. I don't know if you can see it. But you can see it over there. Dad's old motor in his car, stock bottom end. You guys are going to be surprised on what was in there. Guys, I ran Dad's car through all those mods last year, right? I ran through all those mods last year. Ran into the 11s with nitrous and supercharged. And you'd be surprised on what the hell was in that car. You're going to be like, what? Remember how I tell you guys don't overthink shit? Yeah. You don't always have to have the big boy shit. If you're stock bottom end, ain't nothing wrong with that. I went stock bottom end for years. Hell, I wish my black car was still stock bottom end. I'm going to be honest with you. Woo, almost busted my knuckles. Automotive addiction. I have a 650 Carb Victor single plane, P heads, and gutted 302. Any idea on good budget build I can do for this setup? Keep it simple. Systemax comp cam. I'm putting a Vortec V3. There you go. That's pretty good. So what are you asking, automotive? I'm not sure what you mean. And that Vortec thing is going to be nice. I don't hate on superchargers. Just because I prefer turbo doesn't mean I don't like superchargers. Well, hell, my dad was supercharged for a while. But again, you gotta watch the video because I got a special treat at the end of the video that you guys need to check. I found something. You need to check it out. And it's not, I'm not reintroducing that nitrous kit either. Yeah, guys, you got to keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple and stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. I don't remember. I'm so tired. I run a lot and I work out a lot, so okay, I wasn't gonna run today because today was my day off, but it was like 85 degrees. It was perfect weather, so I was like, son of a bitch. Put my shoes on and went out and ran anyway. I'm exhausted. Kenneth Cooper, what is the biggest cam I run? I got a friend named Ken Cooper. He's actually the guy that built my custom turbo kit out of Stowe. What is the biggest cam I could run with twisted wedge and run with twisted wedge and 70s? I probably wouldn't run anything over 550. 70s are like 58 chambered. Plus they, unless you actually clearance piston unless you actually clearance the the pistons for the valve, then I probably wouldn't go over like 540, 550, which is still a pretty good sized cam. And I don't put anti-seize on the spark plugs. They won't be in here long enough, fat boy. Let's put it that way. Naturally aspirated. Throwing a little Easter egg at you. That's why I'm not gapping them right now. 170s or 61. You probably do 550, 540, 550. there's not a lot of big cams out there that I would want to go past that anyways, unless it was a custom grind for a specific reason. I appreciate it, Kenneth. I've been doing, this is probably my 100th motor I built. It's ridiculous. Every time I build it a little different. And then I build it a little bit more, lazy too. Like, 27 gap on the rings, whatever. Me 10 years ago would have cut a whole other set of rings to get the 24 gap, which is still too tight. I think this motor's gapped at 27, 28, 27, 28. But that's okay. So, you know what? This is what I wanted to ask you guys. This is what I wanted to ask you guys. Let me get a marker. Wherever the hell I put it. Alright, so as you guys know, my channel is always dig your videos, okay. My channel is monetized. Now some of you guys might not know what the hell that means, but all those little stupid ads that you hit skip on are, you know, those ads all give a revenue. Plus we have club memberships, like $2 a month, $10 a month, $5 a month, whatever. And we have super chats in live streams, which there's actually a super thanks that's coming out where you could actually do a video. Like if there's a video that really helped you or you really liked it, you could actually tip the creator on the video after it's released and they upload. So I think that's really cool. It's just another way to make revenue or whatever. But just to give you guys some sort of idea, revenue on YouTube is a joke. Like you doing YouTube videos all the time and in the live streams and stuff like that, we're not in it for the money. Trust me. You can't, I mean, you have to be hitting a ton of platforms to be able to make like a serious enough money to live off of. Or be like a super creator, like, you know, like Cletus McFarlane and people that are like, you know, super popular or whatever. But I guess what I'm getting at is we are going to be doing a giveaway. Now, you know, Brutal does a lot of really cool giveaways. You know, he does a lot of really LMR stuff. Gives away, you know, gift cards, and that's really cool because he collaborates with LMR for you guys. Because, you know, they don't do discount codes anymore or whatever. But we are going to be doing a Fox Days of Christmas. And I was thinking about doing about 10 gifts because I'm going to be collaborating with Brutal. You guys don't know what Fox Days of Christmas is. Let me explain it real quick. Brutal and Nakia down, you guys know Brutal's channel because pretty much everybody here in this channel most likely knows who he is because we're friends. We talk a lot. I think he's going to be doing his own side of Fox Days of Christmas, and I'm going to be collaborating with him on doing my side of Fox Days of Christmas. So there's going to be a chunk of gifts given away to the community for free. So I asked this in one of my other live chats. What kind of gifts would you guys realistically think would be cool to give away at the end of the year? Because the revenue, a lot of the revenue that I'm getting from YouTube, I've never spent before. I'm gonna give some of it back, and it's just a way of my appreciation to the channel and my appreciation to you watching my videos and me ramble all the time. So think about that. I've asked this before. What's some cool, realistic things that would be good for like giveaways? And I'm gonna write some of those down, and then maybe, just maybe, you know, we could brainstorm together. Dylan, when you short belt on these cars, remove the charcoal can cats, what do you think of the EGR? The EGR isn't going to change the way the car runs. So don't worry about the EGR. You and Brutal need to do a video together. Me and Brutal talk all the time. I talk to Caleb quite often too. So, you know, we're just buddies. We're just car buddies. We enjoy it. What is the good ring gap for stock bottom end with boost? 26 to 28. King's Auto, what's up? Thank you for all your videos you've done, man. Your T5 videos are excellent. I appreciate you, man. Sally, how you doing? Loch Ness Fox, Broken Toolkit, Boston Motor Week channel coming soon. I think the basic tune-up and maintenance stuff would be rad. That's what most people, yeah, you know, I mean, I get it, some of the advanced stuff that I do, you know, with like the crazy 363 and the 408 and stuff like that, it's kind of like end game stuff for a lot of people. I'm actually street driving my 363 quite a bit. It can be street driven, it's not just a race motor. But you know, we keep it real with dad stuff here. That's what I'm doing right here. Bob Brown, how much power can we make with that 100 5.0? I don't know. All of it. Hey, it's cool, Stang man. It's good to see you. Do the community poll and list 3 of the 4 items and see what people like. It's a good idea. What's up, Paul DeFox? I see you over there working them trapeziuses. Nicholas, what's going on? CMD, members only hats. Fitted hats would be nice. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Like a member only, yeah. I'm about to put a hat order in, but here's the problem with the fitted hats. Probably have to be large and extra large. Member only hats. Hey Dan, what are the symptoms would I Terminator X would be a great giveaway. Are you kidding me, man? Okay, so you know Terminator X is not only on back order, but they're like $1,300. I don't think I've made that in like 3 months of YouTube revenue. I'm telling you guys. You guys think we make all this money on YouTube revenue? We do not. It's an attaboy number, and here, thank you for trying. I think it's not terrible, but I mean, you could make some change on there, but you have to really hustle to do it. So, not making fun of you, bro, but it's not going to be a Terminator X. I promise you that. What am I doing? Snell rated helmet would give away. That's not a bad idea. A helmet, fire suit for the guys that race. What fuel rail kit would you recommend in basic HCI? I wouldn't run anything but stock rails until you start making over 500-600 horsepower. Your stock rails with a fuel pressure regulator and 60-pound injectors can push you all the way up to almost 600 horsepower. All day and twice on Sundays, bro. What am I doing here? Helmet. Suit would be cool. Hey Dan, how much timing and retard do you suggest per pound of boost of the MSD PTM? Isn't it up to 10 pounds? I don't think you start retarding the timing until it's like, is it 7 or 8? Looking for a Cobra or GT40 intake. I don't have one of those right now. Giveaways, coilovers, battery trays, like battery boxes, door handles, distributor boots, floor mats, rear view mirrors, replace the original worn out extra nice bottom. I mean, I got a whole bunch of things that I've already looked into. Cousin Paul, I think we're ready for liftoff here, bro. I gotta tighten the... ashtray doors. What do you guys think about the Mr. Freeze kit? You think a methanol kit would be a cool gift? I mean, that would only be useful for somebody who ran boost. Completely missed. We like that you're a regular guy turning wrenches and showing dyno pulls and track days. Do you have any ownership of the dyno shop? No, I actually am just a partner with them. We don't share profit though. What's happening, bud? What's going on, Mark? Maybe I'll be able to, all right, meet you up at Thompson sometime. That'd be good. Yeah, I wrenched this whole motor together. Everything I do, I'm not just a vlogger. Like, I'm a car guy trying to vlog, not a vlogger trying to be a car guy. But, you know, I hope that you guys would appreciate that at least. You know, there's nothing wrong with being an enthusiast, though. Let me explain that. Because there's a lot of things that I don't do in my channels that are really, I like watching other channels kind of bring media, like what's going on in the Foxbody world, and in some of the things that are like the Godzilla was a hot topic, and you know, the Coyote stuff, and you know, that's one of the things that attract me to watching Caleb's channel the most is there's just something, there's something different, something new in the media, something's going on, you know what I mean? Instead of just me sitting here wrenching and talking and yapping for no reason. So I do something a little bit different. Line lock would be a good idea. Line lock can be used for stick shift and auto. YouTube, a hobby, documenting my hobbies. That's right. Yeah, Mr. Freeze would be cool. Okay, Mr. Freeze. I already got one. The reason why I bring it up is I think Donnie B is still here in the channel. Maybe he's not. Be cool to maybe. What's up, Sublime? Yeah, I did. I was good. I was good, Loch Ness. Gennaro, hey Dan, my check engine light just started coming on. When it does come on, it goes right off. But when I step on the gas, the light comes back on. Might be something in your airbag. What's up, Bradford Rides? So, God, I had a bunch of them. Carpet would be good. Gift cards. I would say shifter, but not everybody is auto or manual. How about a mystery box where person wins, tells you something they need or they for their car, and you get that. Nothing expensive. Good idea. Mystery box. Interesting. What about a quarter horse with binary editor? That's like $700. The licensing for binary editor in the quarter horse, the chip is only like 200, but I think that I want to say the license is something like around 700 if I remember correctly. What kind of head gaskets do you use on your builds? The stock bottom end stuff, I always use the Felpro PT933-1, whatever. Are we good here? Let me spin this thing around. I think we're. Oh, wait. Good Lord. You fat. Why are you so fat right now? You need to go on a diet. Oh, I got to do a fan bolt. Hang on, I'll be right back. I got to find a fan bolt and an 11 millimeter. Then we're good. Be back. Yeah, subframe connectors would be a good idea. If you guys see the buffering thing, don't worry about it. I told you that. Oh, you know what? Torque box reinforcements. Could do a big gift with those Cadillac brakes. Headlights. Good idea. Distributor? No. Plug wires? A contour fan. I know it's a junkyard thing, but 8/8 aluminum diff. Yes. Good idea. I don't like to mess with anything than factory pulleys, but the Speedmaster Alternator relocation kit is pretty cool. You guys want to see what that looks like? New motor mounts. Yep. Mass air conversion kit. Check out this Alternator Bracket Kit. I know you got, this works on 351 too, I think. Tell me what you guys think. It's a pretty dope little setup. Summit Racing had these. I think if Dan Robinson's still here in the channel, he's a tech at Summit. He's got the little piece for the alternator. This is actually a lot stronger than I thought it would. It's actually like a better, like a billet instead of being aluminum. And everything, all this stuff was right on point. What's up, Neo? Getting in here, usual. Do you need 90-degree boots for GT40p specific headers? All right, that's what I was going to show you guys again. All right, I am going to move the camera again, and I'm going to move the motor over here. So, you guys want to see, dude, these BBK headers are probably 20 years old. Like before GT40p thing was even kind of a thing. I'm going to show you the clearance. And you don't need GT40 specific headers. You could use pretty much whatever header you want for the most part. 1 5/8 related or whatever. So I'm going to show you guys that are just now joining the channel and people in the chat. Oh, come on. And I'm going to take the camera back off, and I'm going to show you the GT40p clearance on this. I mean, look at this stuff. Let me grab, oh, here it is, my light. I mean, there's plenty of room there. I could run a 45 on the passenger side. See that? Pretty sure these BBK headers aren't like a GT40 specific. I've had these a long time. So you can see how much clearancing is here on the passenger side. Driver's side, a little bit different. And I showed the driver's side earlier, but got a little issue here with 7 coming really close. But 90-degree boot, no problem. 90-degree boot pretty much on 5, 6, 7. 8 can still run a 45 if it wanted and be done with it. So don't need specific headers. You can get them and they probably will help, but you know, you go to a swap meet or something like that, you can do whatever you want. Hey, Neo Mustangs, I haven't started in my Fox in 13 years. What intermediate steps do I need? I haven't started my Fox in 13 years. What intermediate steps do I need to do in order to get running right? It's a healthy 97. Okay, so if you haven't started your car in 13 years, obviously oil. You're gonna want you're gonna do the services on not only your diff, but your motor, your trans. Okay. Don't fire that car. The gas, you're gonna have to drop the tank, my man. You're gonna have to look inside of the tank because it's probably all varnished up. You're gonna probably have to replace not only your tank, but you probably have to replace at least your sock on your fuel pump. Yeah, I definitely would not fire that motor because if you try to fire that motor, you'll gum up your injectors and then you'll be pulling your injectors out to have them cleaned. I would probably pull the injectors out and have them cleaned anyways. Like if you ain't started it in 13 years, I mean, those are just off topic. What is the motor going into? You'll find out. How much is an A9S? A9S is worth pretty much the same as an A9S is a factory reman computer. It's the computer that wasn't made when A9Ls were all made, so they made a remanufactured version of it. A9T was the other one. So A9S, A9T are factory remans. So you should have no problem getting rid of that computer for $300 to $400 if it works good, because I think that's the going rate for them, between $250 and $350 on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. So you shouldn't have a problem. If it's chipped, that kind of hurts the value a little bit. Like I take all my computers, I test them, and I can replace the capacitors in them, the 3 capacitors that are always bad, and I always check all the traces. So when my computer leaves me, you're going to pay a little bit more money, but when my computer leaves me, it's right, you know, and I back that up. So we got a pretty good list here. I'm going to continue this list. I'm just going to write it on this desk, and we're going to leave it alone. Obviously, it's written in permanent, so it'll probably stay for a long time. Or I'm just going to write them down somewhere else. It's kind of a stupid idea. I got some really good ideas here. We're going to do the Fox Days of Christmas. It's going to be epic. We're going to be giving away gifts for the Foxbody community. And all this stuff, these gifts are purchased from, you know, my YouTube revenue. You know, it comes from the super chats from live streams. It comes from, you know, the channel memberships, the join button below, and it comes from just the ad revenue. And it's a tough time of the year right now. I mean, the views are way down on everybody's videos. I don't know what happened. The YouTube algorithm obviously changed recently, so you know it's just, you know, I do YouTube as a hobby, so it's fun to me. You know, I don't stress about the views. Some of my videos suck, some of them don't. I'm not professional. Dylan Switzer, I appreciate the super chat, my man. I appreciate you coming in and hitting me up with that super chat, dude. Shout out to you. That's a beautiful car you got there in your little picture there. King's Auto N Speed. Have you ever built any other Fox bodies besides Mustangs? No. I leave that up to my dude Rod in Florida. Because I don't know if you know who 50 Tussin is, but I've been watching 50 Tussin since I had 1 subscriber. And Rod bangs gears like I do, and he does the, you know, Fox bodies, but he also does a lot of the like Zephyr Merker / LTD stuff. So, what's up, Mike's Mo? Did you change your name, dude? Are you ever repaired strut tower frame rails? Yes. My black car had its frame rails repaired. None of my cars are perfect, man. My cars is no different than yours. None of them. They might have big boy parts on there, but like Dad's car had a front bent rail as well I had to straighten out. It's just a hobby. Barefoot rides, maybe, okay. The document time, my kids, so I can watch. No, it's not leaking. Okay, talking to themselves. So yeah, I got some good ideas here. So what's coming up? You started a YouTube channel. I will check it out. I absolutely will. I mean, what do I got coming up this week? Okay. I shit you not. The video to build this engine is 50 gigs. It's video game size. So I have to edit a good 40 gigs of that is going to be time-lapse stuff, because I actually want to do the real fast time-lapse where it shows me like where it's like a bare block and then it just kind of like builds into like this thing. So it's going to be pretty cool. And I do like narrate in between some of it to kind of talk about it. So it's going to be really super boring, but probably going to make 500 wheeler plus on that motor because we don't give a shit. And it's a stock bottom end, and you don't like to push stock bottom ends, but there's some really good points in there that I show you guys about these stock bottom ends motors. You know, you should spend money on machining just as much as you do your actual quality parts. You can make junkyard and the parts you already own, you know, every bit as good as something just slapping on a set of head cam intake on. So do it cheap. I'm an idiot, so be prepared. Hey, that's okay. You know what YouTube needs the most is people. You know, they always tell me. B always tells me all the time. He's like, you need to show everybody the funny side of you. And I'm like, man, like, I cuss like a sailor, and I'm not gonna do that on YouTube Live too much because it's just inappropriate, because somebody could have, you know, kids in the room and, you know, can't, you know, what good is that? And they can't watch the, you know, give you watch analytic or talk to you because, you know, you cussing like a pirate. But I'll tell you what, we do talk about some funny stuff. Having a good time. Anyway, trying to think what else we got going on. So, the video that I got coming up is of what happened to Cousin Paul and me in Dad's car. We also have a video from the track. We went to the track with the black car. You know, faceplate ain't cheating, bros. That transmission is synchronized. And you know, off the trailer, I think you guys may be disappointed. You may be, you know, you may like the video, you may not. But we are set. This motor should be in Dad's car. I've kind of, you know, watching live stream, you get all those sneak peeks of the videos that are coming up. And we're also putting the TKX in this week, boys. So I've been talking all that shit about this TKX. And I mean, you can see it. It's going in this week. So we got the Tremec bell ready. We got the crossover ready, which is adjustable. We can move it, one of those two. And the drive shaft's over there, hiding behind my lift. But outside of that, all the T56 stuff's going to come out, and we're going to put the TKX in, and we're going to drive the S out of it. Shit, S, whatever. I meant to say F, whatever. So that is going in this week. I've been talking about doing it, and what we had to do was test the tune. We had to put the car at 600 wheel. We had to test the tune. We had to make sure it was right. I had to drive the car, make sure it was right. And so I took it to the track with the transmission I knew ran right, made sure it was right. So all variables are off the table. If I break this shit at the track, then me and, you know, then it ain't worth it. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna make you guys already seen a dyno video. We made 640, 680, and that was through an exhaust. So I'm gonna take the cutout out to race, but you know, I'm gonna gain a little bit of horsepower from the back pressure. It's just the way it is. Probably 20 or 30 horsepower. So we're gonna run an all wastegate, rate just over a 600 wheel, And I'm going to shift that thing clutch assisted like I'm mad at it. So we'll see. I love learning from you pros. I appreciate that, Briffles. If you go to my channel, check out the video that was my ugly face on it. I'll get a chance to check it out tomorrow, Mike. So, anyways, with that being said, we got the TKX going in. We got a video from the track. We got a video from what happened with Dad's motor last week, coming up this week. At least those two. Probably might do a third video of us doing the draggy with the TKX, maybe. Because, you know, I'm going to start doing a little bit of driving videos with the draggy. I don't know how you guys feel about that if you guys don't know what the draggy is, but it'll actually, you know, I'll actually be able to get out there and do like real life, like shifting and driving and having fun with it. So, anyway. If you guys haven't had a chance, we're going to probably wrap up I got about a couple minutes left. We're going to wrap up the live stream tonight. If you guys got any questions, if you watch the live stream later on, you know, want to hit it up in the comments, got any questions about, and got any ideas on the Fox Days of Christmas, realistically, I'm not buying a Terminator X, guys. You know, we can go from there. But outside of that, if you guys enjoyed the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe and hit the bell. I didn't know this, but, you know, I think a lot of the YouTube analytics and the reason why views are down is because YouTube isn't notifying people when we all go. Like, you guys probably got notified when I went live, right? It like instantly came up on your phone. Well, when we upload a video, it should do that too. But it don't. Because I'm not getting uploads from some of my people that I'm subscribed to. I just, when they put a video up, it's just like, and my box in setting is checkmarked to be notified, but whatever. So, anyways, Neo driving 600 horsepower, he's all mouth. At 750, it's quite... Driving 600, it's all... Okay. What are your thoughts on an Astro G-Force T5 versus going TKX? Astro T5, I mean, they were good. That stuff got us through what we needed to get through. The TKOs, I wouldn't buy at all if you have the opportunity to buy. If you're going to buy new, buy a TKX. Because it's a newer design. Hopefully it's as strong as a TKO. But I guess we'll find out. So, anyway. Guys, if anybody has any more questions, we are going to wrap up the stream. Look forward to those videos this week. Make sure you guys watch them. I mean, worst case scenario, just turn the video on, put me on mute, and put the phone down. It helps the channel. You know, when I'm busy and I can't watch something on somebody's channel, that's what I do. So that way they can always get the analytic. You know, it's a neat little trick. You start the, you start the video and you put it on mute and you put the phone down, and when the video is done, your phone shuts off. Who cares? Anyways, you guys hit that like on the way out. Hit that subscribe. Check out the channel membership if you will. Outside of that, just bought the 165 Anderson N41 with the GT40. What kind of power do you think I'll make NA? Probably right around about 300. TKX versus T56, pros and cons. TKX is still too new to know that. T56 is the king. T56 is a badass trans. It's the top of the hill for a reason. It's a badass trans. Anyways, appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. You guys got to get a sneak peek of what's coming up. And hopefully I'm going to do a startup video, probably a short video of the startup. So you guys get a chance to check that out. So anyways, appreciate everyone. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. I will see you soon in the videos and probably see you next Sunday on a stream. So make sure you're there. Have a good night.